Hey guys, what's going on? It's Felris here, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, and today we are going to be revisiting an area of the game that I have not touched in a very long time, and that is going to be my clan boss team. So, for those of you who don't know, I currently one key Ultra Nightmare with this team. We've got Calamitous, Podreg, Ninja, Skull Crusher, and Korugar Deathbell. Now, some of my favorite champs on my account are in this squad. So we've got Calamitous with a double hit A1 that heals him. We've got our essential debuffs with block buffs, decreased defense, weaken, decreased speed, and then we've got a A3 that hits decently hard, as well as increase attack and shield at the start of every single turn. You want to know a secret? You can get Corrado for free, as well as Fane, Ugo, and Vergus right now. Here's exactly how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play and uninstall. Use the link in the description below to start a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account. Log in, complete the tutorial, and you'll find Corrado Fox Hunter in your inbox afterwards. As you level up, you'll also get Fane, Ugo, and Vergus. So don't wait. Use that link and start a brand new account right now. Additionally, we have Ninja with a drop defense A1. We've got the HP burn activation A3. We've got the decreased cooldown of the A2, the HP burn activation on the A3, and then the passive, of course, ramping his attack and crit damage every single time he cycles through his kit. Guys, we also have our guy Grand Oak Podreg himself. Podreg here with the cooldown reduction on the A1, the ally attack with continuous heal on the A2, the full cleanse, increased speed, turn meter fill on the A3, and the essential buffs on his passive there. We've also got Korugar Deathbell. Korugar heal on the A1 for himself, turn meter fill, full cleanse, AoE on the A2, a ally protection with strengthen on the A3, and then of course he's going to increase defense and resistance for the entire team according to the number of ally protection buffs there are, and he'll counterattack whenever an ally under ally protection is attacked. Then we've got Skull Crusher, of course, heal reduction A1, AoE counterattack and ally protection on the A2 with unkillable on himself, and then he will self-cleanse by 1 debuff every single turn. This team works. This team is a consistent 1 key for me on Ultra Nightmare difficulty, but I think we should revisit it. Now, we have to keep the core of the team. For those of you who don't know, there are a couple different ways to build a clan boss team. You can either do ally protection or you can do unkillable. You can also do a Wixwell comp, but I don't have a Wixwell, so that's not an option for us. Basically, the way the Wixwell comp works is you use shields and constantly grow the shields so that the clan boss can never kill you. But, you know, considering that I don't have a Wixwell, that is not really an option. Guys, we could do an unkillable team. So I have a Sir Nick, I have a Man-Eater, and I have a Pain Keeper. So we could theoretically do an unkillable speed tune where we use Sir Nick and Man-Eater, who are both fully booked, to constantly keep unkillable up on the squad. The only problem is I am really bad at speed tuning, and I've never figured out how to use Deadwood Jedi's calculator correctly. However, if you'd like to learn to use the Deadwood Jedi calculator, go ahead, check out Deadwood's YouTube channel. Go ahead and join the Discord. We've got lots of people on the Discord who can help you with that. Link for that is in the description below. So I think we're going to have to use our ally protection squad. We don't have a Demitha. We can't do a Myth Air team. So we have to do an ally protection squad. And the 2 best ally attackers I have on my account are Skull Crusher and Korugar. So we're going to keep this same backbone. We have to take a couple things into consideration here. The first is that Korugar is running relatively fast. He's got 100k HP, 2.6k defense, and 257 speed. That speed is going to be the most important thing for help keeping the ally protection up. The other thing that we have to consider is Skull Crusher here is in triple impulse sets. So the impulse set, it has a 12% chance to reduce a random skill cooldown by 1 turn and gives 12% speed. He's running at a similar speed, 240 speed, which is honestly kind of slow, but you know what? It works for what we're doing today. The cooldown reduction will help us reduce the cooldown of Stonewall, which will help us keep counterattack and ally protection on the entire squad. So we've got our 2 ally protectors. They're going to keep us alive. We don't really need any more protectors, so there's not really any reason to put a support in like Mithrala, although you definitely could if she was fast enough, right? She would be one who you might put in your Wixwell comp so that you can grow that shield a little bit. We need a lot of DPS, and I think that some of the best, there are a couple really solid DPS champs. One of them is going to be Ninja, right? Ninja is obviously great. He's got the HP burn activation. He hits really hard. He's got drop defense on the A1. There is Calamitous, who we have. He's got the drop defense and the weaken. There's Aphidus. Aphidus also has a drop defense A1, but he's far squishier than Ninja is. He also has HP burn activation, but not nearly as good for single targets as Ninja is. And he has increased attack, which is very, very important as well. We could go with Lydia. Lydia has a strengthen, which is going to be super cool for help keeping that strengthen up. And she has a drop defense and a weaken. But, like, I don't know. I mean, we could go with someone like Queen of Hearts. So Queen of Hearts or Mad Hatter. Hatter could be really good if we bring another drop defense champ. We could go like Hatter Ninja. Hatter Ninja could be super, super solid, actually, because Hatter's going to give us a turn meter fill. He's going to give us a weaken, which is going to be really good to combo with Ninja's drop defense. He's going to be able to extend our buff duration and steal any buffs for affinity. So Hatter might be really good. We can see. And then we need one more damage dealer. All right, one more damage dealer. And there are still several options here. There is Calamitous, and Calamitous is really good, but we already have a drop defense and a weaken. The boss is immune to decreased speed. So the advantage of running Calamitous would just be he's one of the biggest nukers on my account, right? We could go with someone like Thor. Thor was really good because he's repeating A1 and he ramps, which is really nice. We could go with someone like Tholen, although my Tholen isn't built, so we're probably going to want to stay away. Cat isn't as good for these single target situations. Neither is Kaleth, really. There is Newt. Newt is another option as well. So we would want to do something like this. Newt also has a weaken, and he's got a decreased attack. And he's got that Blessed Bash, right? But the problem is he's going to cut Ninja in line for Hatter. So I don't know that you really want that. We could do Corvus. Corvus is super solid. He's going to be reducing the damage we take as well. This is a very tanky team we have up here, right? We've got the ally protection. We've got strengthen. We've got buff increase from Hatter, which is going to be amazing. And then poisons and decreased attack from Corvus. Corvus's passive also helps mitigate damage, which is super, super helpful as well. So the question is, though, is he going to outdamage somebody like Calamitous? Or is he going to let us last longer, you know? And honestly, I think it's worth a shot. I think it's worth a shot throwing Corvus in there. We already have so much sustain here. One thing that I kind of want to check, though, is I need to make sure he has his relic. Okay, he does have his relic. So let's try to do this team and see if it works. If it doesn't work, we might buy another key and swap out Corvus. But I'm very curious to see if we can one key here. Mad Hatter, of course, being awesome. 77.47 million damage. So we've got Ninja doing most of the damage here. Hatter doing most of the healing. One thing I neglected to mention about Hatter. This is a very good score, by the way. That's well above what I usually get. One thing I neglected to mention about Hatter, and one of the reasons he's so good, not only does he have this scaling ally attack, but he also has a passive that's going to heal you. So every 10 turns taken by allies, he heals by 20% of the max HP. For the record, we have him running at 300 speed here with 341 accuracy. So he's going to be very, very solid. He probably needs a relic. If I had to put one on him, pop the Journal of Necrodos on there, and then also pop an Invigorated on that, so that he's going to be boosting turn meter a little bit more effectively. That'll be really great. He's also running an Harmonic Impulse for Hydra. So I'm going to actually get another clan boss key, and we're going to try to run this again. Let's see. We're going to try to run this again. We could try Nightmare. See if we can beat my previous team on Nightmare. That's a possibility. Or I can try to throw another one into Ultra Nightmare. I think Ultra Nightmare is probably more important to do. Let's see if we can get a consistent one key here. I think we can. I honestly think we can. 70.64. That might be just shy. 70.28. No, it is still over. So we've scored over 70 million damage both times. That's not bad, honestly. That's really not bad, especially since that's a new team and everything. New teams don't usually do that well. So I expect his performance to increase. There seems to be some weird kind of situation with Clan Boss where if you run a new team, you'll get worse damage or at least inconsistent damage for like a week or so as you run the team. It doesn't make any mathematical sense, but it does seem to be what happens. And then after a week or so, you start getting pretty consistent numbers. So guys, let me know what your Clan Boss tips are in the comments below. Mostly, keep your team alive and blitz damage as much as possible. I've been Felris, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, and I'll see you in another video.